Don't expect you're doing this because you want.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Lintia.
I'm Zinban.
I'm Peilin, and today with us we have a very special guest, Mr. H.M. Uttam.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Thank you very much for having me as your guinea pig for your activities and your archives, I should call it. I am a member of the Rotary Club of Singapore, and for my services over the years, I am now an honorary member. So people do refer to me as H.M. Uttam, but I'm quite happy if you just refer to me as Uttam. I hope some of my experiences will be of use to you all in your activities.
Thank you, Mr. Uttam. So, our first question for you is, what motivated you to start your active involvement in Rotary?
I was invited to attend a meeting of the Rotary Club in Cochin, in Kerala, and just after I moved to Cochin. And the people who invited me, the Rotarians, straight away put me into a group that was involved in running a family planning where we, believe it or not, had 40,000 people who came for a vasectomy. And just looking at that, I was fascinated and got hooked into working on community service activities.
So, out of all your voluntary experiences in various countries such as India, Singapore, or even the Philippines, which one would you say has been your most memorable one?
I'd like to take two,
Okay.
if I may. One was in Singapore, where we were able to convince Qantas Airways to loan us their plane to take 165 challenged children. We bussed them from various volunteer organizations, social organizations, brought them to Paya Lebar, that was the old airport in Singapore, convinced the immigration and customs authorities to not bother about passports and stamping and customs declarations, etc. And they gave us a separate gate, guided us directly onto the aircraft. And these youngsters, some of them never had an opportunity to even be at the airport, leave aside getting into an aircraft. Along with Qantas, we approached the fuel people, and they gave us free fuel for that particular flight. Also, the airport charges landing and taking off rights, and there is a fee every aircraft pays every time they land or take off. We got them to waive that. Qantas flew in a special batch of crew who have been who were doing this sort of thing in Australia. They were experienced. They flew out here in a plane earlier on, and they guided us onto the aircraft, gave a special meal to the disabled and challenged, and gave everybody a little Qantas, I think it was a koala bear, a little thing which the children loved. But one of the exciting things of this was that we did have 25, 30 blind and deaf people who went with us. Can you imagine? You haven't seen anything or you can't hear it, but they had the experience of the feel of the aircraft going up and down. To me, that was one of the most exciting programs that I have been involved in. Tell me, any other questions that I can help you with?
That's a fun question.
Fun questions. Which animal would you like? Yeah. I had a good laugh on that one. And I thought about it this morning. I said, maybe a bull. I'm a Taurian. A Taurus is a bull. A bull is a very placid animal. Sits around, munches away at the grass, puts it into the cart, does sit around. But if you anger a bull, the bull charges. So in that kind of scenario, as a bull, I've been angered by the social activities, the inactivities of fellow students. I'm angry and therefore I charge. How do I charge? I charge to bring you into the picture. You can't get on with it, and I'll bully you with my horns, I'll bully you with pushing you into coming with me towards active community service. And I couldn't think of any other animal that I would rather be. Would I be a dragon? Would I be a snake? Would I be a deer? Would I be a lion? Would I be a tiger? Giraffe? Elephant? I've seen elephants charge and pull down forest after forest. They literally, as a herd, push through. I've seen. Okay, but I'm not there to destroy. Think about it, which animal would you like to be? Monkeys? Jump around? Grab at things? I've had a monkey unzip the golf bag. No, I'm not kidding. I had a sandwich and a can of Sprite or whatever it was in my golf cart. I saw the monkey, so I took the sandwich and the thing and zipped it and put it in my bag. Went out to putt, and then I find the monkey has unzipped the thing, pulled out my sandwich, pulled out my can, passed the can on to the other monkey, run up the tree, and happily eating the sandwich. Now, the can is not so easy. So then biting the can. Couldn't get anywhere, so he threw the can down. But ate the sandwich. Would I be like a monkey like that? No. Think about it. I spent at least 5 minutes this morning trying to think, what animal would I want to be? And I selected the bull. Tell me.
If you could have any superpower, what would you choose?
The ability to get people together, give them hope, and fulfill their needs. That's all I can think of. I would love to be able to do all that. And I would love to have a superpower to be able to do
I think you already have that superpower, sir.
that. Thank you. But no, it's not easy. It's not easy. I don't have that kind of superpower. I can only say I try to do these things. But I would love to say, come on, you have to do this. I am giving you the power to work and deliver hope to people. You do a little bit. You do what you can. Do with your might.
That's all for leadership. Do you have anything to add on?
I wanted to ask, if you're comfortable sharing, what is the biggest mistake that you have made in your lifetime or career?
Antagonize two people in my life. And it's only two that I have lost my temper with. And now that I think back on it, I say, I would never do it today.
So do you believe that no matter what someone does to you, you should never antagonize them and always see the good in them?
I'd like to try. I always like to see the good aspects of people, but it's not easy. Sometimes, quite often, people do irritate me. So what do? Smile. And be honest with them and say, hey, do you realize you upset me? But with a smile on my face. That smile is, if I can say so, my winning combination. That's what has seen me through life. I have, believe it or not, 4 staff members who were with me when I started my own company 36 years ago. They are still working with me. 36-year-old local Singaporean Chinese girls who today are still asked, how have you lasted working with a non-Chinese? You'll be surprised. They're still asked. And they have to turn around and say, we have a boss who appreciates, who...
What kind of question is that?
No, literally, how can you be working with a non-Chinese, particularly an Indian?
That's the reason why the person asking can never work.
Well, no, that
Strange
person
question.
who asked my staff that question, they were all out for lunch. And now they are heads of the department. They would never, those other girls, their contemporaries, are still typing away, still copying policies, still doing so. I've come across, I mean, let's face it, we are a plural society, but you still have your undercurrents of silliness that comes out. But would 4 girls who worked with me from day one are still with me? I'm very proud of the fact. Not because they are Chinese or Indians or Malays, but they are there. How many people work with the same employer for 30 odd years? And I can only put that down to my ability to smile, work with them, laugh with them, get them involved in common ideas, common goals. I let them make mistakes, and they make mistakes, but they learn by the mistakes.
For for many of us, we're still not very sure on how to go about choosing a career. So do you have any advice on choosing
My
careers?
one advice would be do what you really want to do. Don't do it because the parents say you must do medicine, you must do maths, you must do engineering. You'll be a rebel in the family. But if you're forced to do engineering and you never really like it, you'll never be a good engineer. You will have an engineering degree. And knowing Singaporeans, you're not going to get a C grade, you're going to get an A grade or a B grade. Because you will work towards it. But will you really love it? I got to love insurance. Maybe, I suppose, because of the struggles I've been through. Today, I'm very happy to talk to people about insurance. You asked one of the questions, why did you switch from insurance underwriting to broking? Because working as an underwriter was representing a company or as their CEO. If I have to change to another company, either I become a CEO there or not a CEO. But then I've still got a whole lot of bosses above me. And my idea of quitting and setting up on my own was to work with people more directly. And as a broker, you get an opportunity to meet people, communicate, talk. Even if it's going to a factory, you're still talking to the CEO about his factory, about how I can help with their risk management, how I can help with their firefighting facilities. And that's one of my expertise, risk management.
If you could give an advice in one sentence, what would you say?
Develop your communication skills with humor, with being able to see the other person's point of view, and manage time effectively. And develop a love for humanity.
I think that's some very solid advice right there, and I think that's all we have for you today. Thank you for tuning in to our second episode on Project Archives with Dr. Uttam, who so graciously had us over at his place. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much.